Detroit! Detroit! Back there in that Philly! Here we go!
What's the air? Show it eight! Show it eight! No, no, no! Off! Boom! Bus stop! Watch the screen! Pass!
No. Check! Patriot! Back there in that Philly! Here we go!
Out! He's coming! Double up! Sponge! No! Draw! Oh, yeah! Too little, Pep. Mike's forward. Get right. Run. Strong left. And I got you. Switch! Strong right.
No. All right, now, look at 56. Leopard! Let's go! Gun!
Shoot! Hey, alert 3. Check 13. Run. Woo! You got him. Ha-ha, you got him.
Gun!
Tighten up.
Detroit!
Hey, switch gears.
Hang on now! Green 39! Green 39! Gun!
Check 4.
36.
Your trip is here, baby. Your trip is here. Double tight, guys. Double tight.
All right, here we go. Over! Here we go now. Green, 39. Watch him now, Barney! Barney! Hurry up! Hurry up!
Hey, defense, let's go. Pick it up, man.
Detroit! Detroit!
Tight.
Hurry up, here we go! Green! All right, now, Lucky 56! Lucky 56! All right, now, Lucky 56! Lucky 56! Now, that's it! Watch him now, Barney! Barney! All right, here we go!
Go, go. Run, run, run. I'm gonna hit you all day.
Detroit! Detroit!
Check out, bro. Hot, hot.
Here we go now! All right, now, Lucky Detroit! Detroit!
Coming.
Here we go!
Bang, 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 bang. Watch Mike, watch Mike. Outside coming, outside coming.
Run.
Twist, rock, twist, rock, twist. Twist, twist.
Kill, kill.
You gonna take. That's it, baby. Tight end to the right, boy. Tight end to the right. Move.
Here we go, here we go.
Yeah, baby. Move. We got tight left, tight left.
Here we go.
You're coming, you're coming. Run, run, run. That's it, baby. Watch tight end. Hey, we got 3 down, 3 down.
26. 26.
Easy work. Coming again. Watch left, watch left. Bring it.
26. 26.
Okay, Barnes, we got 4, we got 4. Let's go, fellas, we got 4 down, let's go. Let's go, let's go.
Here we go, here we go. 26.
Check, check. Tight ends Ringo, tight ends on Ringo.
Here we go. 26. 26.
Yeah, baby, yeah.
Here we go. 154. Wide in.
Tight end right. Tight end right.
Here we go. Wide in.
3 down, 3 down. Hey, check, check. 3 down.
26. There we go.
Yeah, baby.
Here we go.
Mike.
26.
Mike. You don't want that thing. Hey, you don't want to see me. You don't want it. Let's run, fellas, let's run. Boom. That's what I'm talking about. Nice hit, boy. Double tight, double tight.
Here we go. 26.
Run, 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 run. 3 down, 3 down.
Here we go.
26.
26. 26. No. Check. Patriot. Philly. Here we go. Detroit. Leopard. Now let's go. 319. Gone. Hurry up. Here we go.
Begin.
No. Check. Patriot. Watch him now, Barney. Set.
Double tight, guys. Double tight. You got three down.
Here we go. 480. 26.
Watch tight. Tight end right. Watch tight. Tight end right.
Here we go. Go to 54. Go to 54. 188. Go to 53. 26.
Yeah, baby. Ringo.
Here we go. 488. 26.
Hey, that's all day, baby. Good shot. Hey, take your shot. Step back on that. Step back there.
Here we go. Gun.
Kill. Right. Anytime right. Double right.
Here we go. Gun.
Alert. Three down.
Kill. seconds.
Mike, 44.
Then we're going to 53.
Check.
Count.
Check. Switch. Check three. Single. That's single slot.
Here we go. Wide 8.
Watch 14.
26.
I got you.
Here we go. Going to 54. Wide 8. 26.
Hey, watch your right. It's pretty quiet.
Now let's go.
Run. Get it.
Big boys came out to play. Don't be mad. There's more coming.
Watch it now,
Check.
Barney. Leopard.
Check. Crash. Run. Yeah, baby.
Leopard.
31.
Watch it now, Barney.
Double up. It's
Now
gone.
let's go.
We got three down. Hey, fellas, we got three. Let's go. Single. Check
Here we go.
31.
Wide
Check
8.
31.
Here we go. Going to 54. Wide 8. 26.
He wasn't ready. Come on, baby. Let's see what you got.
Hey, here we go. All right, hey.
Mike's Bobo.
of this magnitude, the conference championship, so many early game jitters can happen, so that score is a big relief to a coach.
Yeah, no one wants to mention that in the locker room before the game. No one says, hey, listen, don't fumble or don't do this because you don't want negative thoughts. That's why getting off to a good start is so huge for everyone. The first score in the conference title game, massive.
The Dolphins offense now ready to go back out onto the field. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, pump the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you.
Hurry up, here we go. 3-19. 3-19. Detroit. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
On second down, Montgomery. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
They go play action here on first down. Throw left side, taken in by Hill. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. A gain of 6 there on first. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rally to it quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
And the offense looks to pick up the first here on third after that incompletion. So a collective holding of breath here as the starter heads for the sideline. And they'll turn things over here to the backup to see if he can dig him out of this hole. And he can't quite intercept it. Zone coverage, free safety was there. Couldn't come up with it, and now it's 4th down.
It's a great job by this secondary. When I watch them, they remind me of elite defenders on a basketball court, right? They want to contest each and every pass.
Great contest on third down to bring up 4th. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. Now the Chiefs offense, they get ready to head on the field. They have to be thrilled with that first drive that got them the touchdown. Now they'll be looking to make it a 2-score advantage here on the road.
And you know they spent all week in practice, in meetings, talking about taking an early advantage. Being the road team, going up a score, that takes the crowd out of the game and puts some doubt in the minds of their opponents.
In motion right comes Montgomery. And some room for him there as he'll take this up to about the 15. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here. Now Mariota. The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
On third down, Mariota. He's going to air one out. And incomplete. He can't hang on. Would have been a nice catch. Instead, it brings up a 4th down.
How about this offense already feeling good about themselves with a touchdown already in their first drive? They've certainly come out firing, even though that one was incomplete.
With the 7-0 lead, more apt to take a shot like that downfield?
Hey, you're one to the good. Go ahead and try and pressure advantage.
And it's picked up by the Chiefs.
I remember sitting in special teams meetings, and at some point during the meeting, the coach would always say, you better treat this one just like you're playing offense or defense. It's a big part of the game. And we just saw evidence of why right there with that fumble.
Yeah, fumble on the punt, and after it was turning up to be a pretty decent return.
Yeah, a really nice return. They were going to be set up okay, and the offense would feel good running onto the field. And now the defense has to try it out there and try and slow them down.
He's to the 10, and he'll be out of bounds. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first.
That outside handoff to the left, that play has to warm the heart of an offensive line coach because they controlled the left side where they were supposed to, but they didn't allow anything to leak from the backside on the right side of the offensive line either. Well played.
Yeah, and it created a big run. First and goal, defense with their backs against the wall. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he's going to take it into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. A great play there. Saving his best for the playoffs with his third touchdown of the game. And the Chiefs add on to their lead. Santos out now. He'll kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And out come the Dolphins now. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns.
And he loses the football a second time. And it's picked up by the Chiefs. And he is in. Touchdown, Kansas City. Fumbles, that's how you get in the coach's doghouse. The first one lost and it hurt. This time you lose it and it's taken in for a score. It really hurt.
And about that doghouse, it won't exactly be comfortable, and it definitely won't be air-conditioned.
Milk bones?
None.
So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Out comes the Dolphin offense now as they get set to take over here. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
Now a play fake here on first down. Escaping the pressure right. Now he's going to throw deep rights. It's caught at the 10. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. They give him a gain of 37. And the young buck showing that ability, that agility to dance outside of the pocket, complete the deep ball.
And don't think for a second that the coaching staff didn't have their heart rate accelerate a little bit there, right? Anytime you have those young quarterbacks and they get outside of the pocket, you're just hoping that they make good decisions because so many things can happen that can go wrong when you throw it downfield like that. He got away with it there and in a big way.
6 yards still to go here on 2nd and goal. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness, think about running the ball here. Not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves to them as well. I wouldn't run it here, guys. You might want to try throwing it.
Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. A gain of 5, but not enough. Leads to a 4th and goal.
They dialed up the screen pass on 3rd down, and for a second, it looked like it was all going to come together, and they had a chance to pick up a 1st down, but the defense got there and finished it off.
And Frank's kick is good. And the Dolphins are going to be forced to settle for 3. So it's an old-school extra point, but certainly a disappointment that they couldn't get 6.
Yeah, when you see 19-yard field goal in the box score, you kind of shake your head. But their head coach decided 3 was enough.
This will be fielded at the 6. And a good effort on the return there. Gets them across the 30 to the 33-yard line. And now here comes Kansas City. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he takes this one down all the way near the 30. A big play on the ground there. It goes for 36 yards.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. And I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
Now they'll run it on the toss. Room here to run. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. A great effort there. 31 yards. And the Chiefs are able to grow their lead.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run. And one thing I've learned in our time in this game, yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit, but for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball too, right?
Oh, without a doubt. You need that difference maker lugging the rock.
Then the Dolphins getting set to go here. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But you also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll be second down. Completed pass play. Now let's see if they go back to the air or to the ground. To throw on second down. Mitchell steps away to his left. And he'll be hit as he releases it. And that'll fall incomplete. Parker unable to get that one. And it's third down.
Well, we always talk about how you've got to be quick when you go through your progressions. And here's another prime example. Trying to look downfield. He was standing in the pocket, but just couldn't find anyone open, could he?
No, not enough time. They hit him and forced that incompletion. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's got the first down as he's up to the 45-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Dolphin first down. Looking to throw. Mitchell, flush to his right. And he rifles one incomplete.
Let's face it, if you want to get back into the game, these are the kind of throws you got to hit. He's wide open right there. Got to be able to get it to him, don't you think?
And those are the throws that haven't been available to them every time he's dropped a pass. Yeah, that's a big miss. They'll run it now out of the gun. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Give him 12 yards there, and the Dolphins have a first down.
I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call and the end result because this is a team that's down big early in the first quarter, and a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early for that. Stick to what works for you.
Down double digits, and we talked about their game plan being both running and passing there. You're right. They're sticking to the game plan, getting the ground game going.
A lot of football left to be played.
Here we go.
To throw is Mitchell. Going to throw again. Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver, Landry. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. The Dolphin passing game rolling here. They've got another first down. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. First down, here's the run with Montgomery. And he'll get a couple here down to the 22.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple yards out of it. So those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. The Dolphins on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Now Mitchell. From the gun, he'll throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 12. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. They told us repeatedly earlier in the week in our meetings, we need some plays from our defense here on the road early. They got one.
And don't think they were above all week long pointing out to their defense that the other defense is rated higher than them. You going to let that happen, guys? Is that how we're going to play? And they responded to the challenge.
Following the interception here, Mariota rolling to his right. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. And he'll give it here to his running back. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to 3rd down.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again. Go play action, hit them over the top.
Mariota from the gun on 3rd down. Flushed out right. Wide open receiver complete. And he is hit pretty hard from the side as he's knocked down around the 37. Nice play for Kansas City, picking up the first 18 yards that time. Mariota now to throw on 1st down. Eluding the pressure right. And he slides to avoid the hit. 11 more yards that go around. A 1st down as well.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
To throw Mariota. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. They come out here in the eye. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he's going to take it into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. A great play there. On his way to a historic performance, 4 first-half touchdowns. And the Chiefs just continue to pour it on. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. Santos out now. He'll kick it away. This one taken from the 7. And a nifty return there as he's all the way up past the 40-yard line.
Any return that gets you to midfield is a great return. 1 first down, and you're almost in field goal position.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Escaping the pressure right. And the Chiefs are going to get him. Shaq Thompson able to drop him for a loss of 4. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result? Quarterback gets hit.
Here's Mitchell to throw on 2nd down. Well, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Anthony Barr Barr in there to drop him, and sacks on first and second downs are going to lead to a third and long. And he's going to go down again. DeForest Buckner in there to drop him yet again, and he must be shell-shocked back there. That's now back-to-back-to-back sacks, and it's fourth down. And he gets it away, and it's a laser headed for the sidelines. And this will be out of bounds at the what here? The 12-yard line. And now here comes Kansas City. They are just putting things together so well here, drive after drive. They really have captured the momentum, haven't they?
They've taken momentum and pretty much not just given him a jersey, but a seat on the bench as well. Whatever do you need, you've got it, because the way they're stringing things together and creating that distance between them and their opponent, it's really hard to narrow that gap. And the other part is they're taking their spirit away from them too.
Yeah, now they're just looking to add to that total. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he's going to take this one down to about the 46-yard line. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
Now a second down throw for Mariota. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. Give him 15 yards on that one. Kansas City has a first down.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
From the red zone now, Mariota. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. And nowadays in NFL football, you have to account for all the receivers, sure, but the tight end's such a weapon, and they prove it right there.
Oh, without a doubt. And we're seeing now the golden age of tight ends catching the football. I go back to Kellen Winslow. To me, he was a prototype of what we're seeing today. We're seeing it each and every week now.
Santos out now. He'll kick it away. This one taken from the 7. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. Mitchell now looking to throw on second down. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Anthony Barr in there to pick up his second sack now of the afternoon. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
Come on, let's go. What? 90.
Mitchell throwing on 3rd and long. And that is incomplete. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And this works out well as it'll kick out of bounds at the 11-yard line. So 1:55 to go in the first half. Back with more of the AFC Championship game after this. On 1st and 10, here's Mariota. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? And it sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. Mariota now. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's 3rd down.
If they're going to get a first down out of this, they're going to have to earn it because there's been tough going in the interior there. And here we are on 3rd and 1. Be prepared. Brace yourself. Going to be some contact going on.
On 3rd and 1, here's Mariota. Able to find Harris, complete. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
They don't want it, fellas. They don't want it. Keep playing hard, fellas, all game. Whoa. Three. Tight, double tight. Double tight. Hey. You got 3.
First down, Mariota. Throw left side complete. That's Montgomery. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half.
Single receiver. Hey, you're on an island over there. Single receiver.
Who got 17?
A first down throw for Mariota. Flush to his right. And some room to maneuver. And avoids the contact by sliding. And the timeout comes in with 2 seconds remaining. So they can trot out the field goal unit for the try before we hit the lockers. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the right hash, this from 45 yards away. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. So we are halfway home to figuring out who will represent the AFC in the Super Bowl. As we check in with Larry Ridley in Orlando, he's standing by with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Larry? So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Chiefs offensive unit as they'll have it to begin quarter number 3. They had a big first half. Now they have a chance to add to that lead here in the opening possession of the second half.
And everyone always asks about halftime adjustments, kind of the key phrase. What did you do at halftime? Well, the way they ran offense in the first half, I think they were very calm, congratulatory, but also what they were saying is, don't expect them to be the same on defense. They'll be the ones making the adjustments. Let's see what they do, and we'll attack accordingly.
And we'll see how they attack here. Off the play fake, Mariota. Flushed out right. Wide open receiver complete. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
They go play action. Mariota. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack.
Well, many times when you talk about mobile quarterbacks, you get the sense that they feel like they can get out of any bad situation. They keep moving around and trying to emulate guys like the scrambler or the dodger. Instead, they keep losing yardage and digging themselves a hole that they can't get out of.
Third and long here for Mariota. And the pressure gets to him again. Charles Harris in there to drop him, and back-to-back sacks now bring up 4th and long. Here's Matt Darr now. On for his second punt. He'd take a repeat of his first. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. This is fielded at the 27. Good coverage there holds him to just a 2-yard return following a punt of 44. And it'll be Dolphin football. So here are the Dolphins now. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance really to set the tone here in quarter 3.
They can really take charge, can't they? And this is probably how it was drawn up at the half. I think we can go inside the locker room, right? And I think we would see up on the grease boards, stop them defensively, get the ball back for the offense, and let's go downfield and score. Seems simple, right? The last part, we have to find out if that's going to happen. But the first part worked to perfection. Did exactly what they wanted, and now their offense has to pay it off.
See if they can get the latter 50%. Back to throw. Mitchell. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. That one good for 13 and a Dolphin first down.
Nice job, nice patience right there. Put him on the right side, let him work his way across, put the ball in his hands, and let him work his way upfield with a catch.
The toss play to Montgomery. And some room to work. And he'll get this across midfield to the 48. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
Looking to throw. Mitchell. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. To throw is Mitchell. To throw on second down. Well, the ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off down at the 10. And it's a good return here as he'll get all the way up close to the 35.
Oh, and that's a nice job defensively to get a piece of the football. He's going to pop it into the air, and then it's the tip drill. And good concentration by him to react to it and pull in the interception.
Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. And he'll get this only up to about the 35. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
You know how we get focused at end of the half and end of the game situations about how much time's on the board and, you know, what you need to do? Sometimes you don't even have to worry about that. That's just smart football. You know, that kind of a lead, staying in bounds, it burns clock, even in a situation that we're not really focused on it.
And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
In motion right comes Montgomery. Mariota now on second down. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. A good pickup there, a 22. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful you're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Yeah, baby. Yeah.
See if they stay on the ground for second down.
Tight end to the right, boy. Tight end to the right. Move.
And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get it down here to the 43. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10.
Watch 17. Watch 17.
Here we go. Ohio. Ohio.
Check, check. Lucky, lucky, lucky.
A first throw now for the backup Watson. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Xavier Howard. And he'll take it across midfield to the 46-yard line.
And Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
Trying to shake off the interception, he'll look to throw. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 6, and it'll set them back for second down.
Come on, flex round. Flex round. Flex round. Flex round.
Now Mitchell looking to throw on second down. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off inside the 10. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Here we go.
Now they try the right side here. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And it'll be 2nd and 12. Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. And he's got room. And he is out of bounds on the other side of midfield. That one 28 yards on the ground.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Now the offense lining up 1st and 10.
Let's go.
Oh, a design run for their wideout. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. They'll try the air now with Watson. Hauled in by Anderson, left side. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
He may try and run for this. 3 yards on the keeper, and it's 4th down.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game, and while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
Here's Matt Darr now as he's on to punt for Kansas City. Back now in Miami. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. So on trots the field goal unit, and wow, this is going to be a challenge here. And this will be spotted on the other side of the field. It's a 61-yard attempt. So it's not an NFL record, but it's not far off. That'll go in the books as a 61-yard field goal.
And wasn't it weird to see a guy line up for a field goal on the other side of midfield? The ball got halfway there, and you thought, no way is that going to make it, but it just kept carrying and carrying, and he winds up sneaking it right over the bar.
The Dolphins offense now working their way back onto the field. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. Back to throw. Mitchell. He's going to dump that off to his running back, Montgomery. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Here's Mitchell throwing on 1st down. And that is incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Mitchell now back to the air on 2nd down. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Right, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a 1st down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. Give him 2 on the play there, and the Dolphins are going to get a 1st down. Mitchell operating from the gun. Eluding the pressure right. And this one's incomplete. Well, too much oomph, too much mustard there on that pass.
They really turned it loose, didn't they? Really cut loose with that one. Sharp, strong. Didn't lead to a completion, though. Made it very difficult.
To throw is Mitchell. To throw again. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 28.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
Now a handoff looking right, and he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard.
Well, Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech. Steps away. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Montgomery. That goes for a Chiefs first down, 14 yards.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a first down.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he might have got this across midfield, not by much. They'll mark it down at the 49. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
Let's go.
In motion comes the tight end left. And the D looking like they may blitz. Watson trying to lay one up deep. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. Fourth quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. To Montgomery to begin the drive. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Now Mitchell to throw on 2nd down. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back, because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Going deep for Montgomery. And that one incomplete. Had some position but couldn't hold on, and it brings up 4th down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. So it sails out of bounds close to midfield, and they'll say actually right at midfield. And now here comes Kansas City. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage.
The
leverage. Big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. Just what you want on a 1st down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. And to give this time to the tailback. And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it, because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, it's hard to get them started again occasionally.
Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. At 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue. This is where, 4th quarter, you got the lead. You give it to the big guy. defensively kind of sucks the will out of them, doesn't it? Because they don't want to tackle him right now this late in the game.
Well, you say that with accusatory tones. I mean, but you're exactly right. I know it's not something we actually want to talk about, but as a defender, 4 quarters worth of trying to bring people down, 4 quarters worth of pounding, and now late in the game, here comes that big guy coming at you, and a lot of guys are wondering where they want to come up and make that tackle at this stage of the game.
Time for a break. Back to wrap up the AFC Championship game after this. Fresh set of downs here.
Watch this, watch this. Let's go!
A handoff as they run the counter play. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2, and that'll make it 2nd and 12.
Let's go! One, none! One, none! Hot!
And the slot man goes in motion left. They'll run it now out of the gun. Fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. It's a gain of maybe 3, but it's going to leave him with still about 8 or 9 to go on 3rd down.
Six man. Check curls, check curls, check curls. Come on, let's go! Hot!
Defense still with 3 timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them here as the kneel down comes.